has been such a great event from the perspective that we have so many different people here, technologists, we have people who write code, we have people that are audio fanatics. It's really like a hodgepodge of everything. And what's beautiful is that everyone is looking at each other for answers and different perspectives of where it's all going, because we can all admit to each other that we're not sure exactly where it's going.
You get exposed to a lot of different perspectives, and even at the booths, right, the individual distributors showing off what their technologies are, the opportunity to connect with them on an individual basis and learn more about how they are even trying to influence. It's a wonderful opportunity.
I was impressed just how many developers came here who spoke, specifically about music app development. And speaking selfishly from my part from Microsoft, I was impressed with how many of them are developing on Windows and using our tools, and really show that we need to be here as part of this.
And so what A3E does as a mission is A3E brings the pro audio world, the consumer audio world, the cloud collaboration companies that are building all these interesting artist communities all together to form partnerships, to form new technologies, and to grow as one business together, because it's all seamlessly merging into one business right now.
Knowing how to be a musician and work with technology, I feel like, is one of the most important things of the 21st century. It's just, really special to see the makers of software and the makers and innovators of hardware displaying their gear, live.
I came to A3E to learn what music professionals are up to these days, and I've learned a lot here. I've really gotten a great perspective on musicians and developers.
A3E is a terrific event. It's something that the industry has needed for quite some time. To see somebody passionately bringing music and technology together, and cutting edge technologies that are making changes in that space, it's terrific that somebody has picked up the reins and went with it. A3E is terrific.
So this is a great beginning for like-minded people to come together and talk about the intersection of music and creativity and technology. And it's been a really incredible success. We look forward to building this out over the next few years to a worldwide event that attracts thousands of people to come here.
This event, this group of people we've brought together today, are the beginning of a new audio industry, and perhaps even a new music industry where production and fan base are all starting to meld into one.
So if an artist comes along, the next Lady Gaga, for instance, we'll pick her as an example, that made it on an iPhone, everyone will then chase that, because that's the sound. It makes a certain sound that the other products won't make. Does that make sense? So as soon as that happens, that will be what drives it, whether it succeeds. That's going to what creates a staying power. I've seen it over and over and over in my career.
My impression of music tech is that it's been kind of niche-y for a long time. I mean, how many customers were really going to buy all of these products? And what was required for those people buying and using those products in terms of skill sets? It almost seemed like we were selling stuff primarily to the professionals. But, my company, we're a bit more ambitious. We want a couple billion people creating music together. And we think that mobile is that opportunity to expand the footprint of music tech, so it's not just this niche anymore.
I'm wondering how and you're a classically trained pianist, so I'm wondering how much you have to learn in terms of muscle control, gesture control to play the glove, if you will, than to a traditional keyboard.
I guess the missing piece for me was this tactile interaction with which I have with the piano or with my voice. Obviously, I'm very connected to my voice. It's myself. Is that I didn't have this kind of grasp and kind of really feel the music with the software instruments and the effects. It's really as complicated or not as you want, but you define your own gestures, your own postures, and the computer learns them. So it really becomes your language, your expressive tool.
Anyone who is threatened, intimidated, or dismissive of new technology and new trends is going to be, there's only one road that leads down to, and it's extinction. We've seen this. This is not something new. Everyone knows that. So you've got two options. You can sit there and put your head in the sand and pretend that when you lift it up, it's all going to go away. It's going to be just like it was 5 years ago, 10 years ago when you started in your little comfy, cozy chair. But that's not reality. You know, the reality is that you have to figure out how to embrace change. You have to figure out how to capitalize, monetize change.
Being able to be alive now and compose music and play with all these wonderful things that we have, I feel it's almost our duty to be inspired by them. You know, there's not a day that I get up that getting to play with some new plugin or writing something in Xcode or building something in C Sound or working on the modular or one of my old synths, that it doesn't feel like I can't believe that this is my life.
Gate sounds and effect sounds.
I think that this is one of the reasons why I'm so passionate around building music tools in the web platform itself, is because then you can have these essentially zero install tools. Like you can make it so that collaborating with someone else on their project in their chosen software is actually really easy. And the great thing is we pretty much all have a recording studio now. You know, it's a computer, it's a mobile device, whatever. They're all more powerful than the computers we were using 5 or 10 years ago. And that's pretty amazing.
We wanted less emphasis on large booths and a big commitment on resources, and more to creating a level playing field, an opportunity for an Imatone, a small startup company, to be next to an Avid, a bellwether giant.
Listen to what I'm saying to you right now. You gotta come. It's really, 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 really incredible. I've had so many conversations. I've been in so many different panels, and all of them have been insanely lucrative and insanely amazing. And you need to have this experience. It's new. Please contribute. Please join the family. Please be a part of something that is the future. This is the future of what is going to transpire in the music space.
I'd recommend someone to attend A3E because it really gives you the opportunity to interact with developers and manufacturers in a way that you can't get at other conferences.
If you're thinking of coming to A3E next year, I would say it's totally worth it because of the types of people that you have here and the audience that you have in this room, and that the fact that you're interacting directly with developers and musicians who are developers, and then the people who own the companies that these developers work at. That's the type of audience that you want some time with and the type of people you want to show your stuff off to.
The commitments that we have for next year are amazing. I recommend A3E for anyone in the audio space, whether you're a professional musician, an aspiring musician, a prosumer, to any of the audio developers or developers that are looking to get into the audio space, because it's the only place for them to sit together at a table to shape the future.